Hey guys, welcome back to the Technobabble podcast. But before we get into this next episode, I just wanted to remind you guys that we're now a part of Patreon. Someone has to pay the bills to help to keep this shit free. And I don't mind taking the money out of my own pocket. But I've got lots of cool shit I want to do, fun content I want to create. And I think you guys will enjoy it. I know I'll enjoy it. And if you like the same kind of shit I do, then I can guarantee you're probably going to enjoy it too. But the bottom line is this. In order for all of that fun stuff to happen and for it to happen quicker and for this podcast and its affiliated content to grow, I'm going to need some help. So if you can part with just a few dollars a month, head on over to patreon.com/Technobabble podcast. Every little bit helps, guys, and there's even some cool rewards. So if you pledge over a certain amount, you'll get some cool kind of things. So check that out over there. Anyway, head over there, check it out. If you can, please help us out. All of your questions will be answered over there, but if they aren't, hit me up whenever. Hit me up on Twitter at the Technobabble, or visit our website, technobabblepodcast.com. There's a contact form there you can reach us at also. And for those of you that can't help out, I understand. It's fine. Just you listening is more than enough. But if you can help out, then that's great. You're helping support something that means a whole lot to me, and that I hope will mean a whole lot to a lot of other people one day. So anyway, head on over there, help us out on Patreon if you can, yeah, I guess that's it. Let's get on with the show now.
Welcome to the Technobabble podcast. Enjoy!
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Technobabble podcast. This is Kirk. I know I sound like shit. That's because somebody woke me up at 7:30 this morning. And her name is, what are we calling you?
Sierra.
Well, her name is Sierra. I knew her name. I was just making sure she wanted me to know her, or say that name instead of using a different name. Okay, well this is Sierra. You heard me talk about her on the last extra. And she's been like the most wonderful thing that happened in my life in the last 2 or 3 months.
Aww.
So, she's like not only like a wonderful girl, she's my best friend now. Did you know that?
I did.
Okay. Well, she wanted to come on and talk about shit. So we're going to talk about shit. And I'm sorry I sound like shit. Like I said, she woke me up and it's okay though.
You wanted me to?
Well, yeah. We went on, so if you remember on the last extra, we talked about going to Virginia to see my brother get on the boat and all that shit. But you wanted to do something else while we were up there. What did you want to do?
I wanted to go to the Chesapeake Bay Bridge.
Okay, elaborate.
Like, for what? For people who don't know what that is?
Yeah, come on, talk to me.
It's a bridge that goes over the water, over the ocean.
Well, it's more than just a fucking bridge.
Well, it also turns into a tunnel that goes under the ocean.
It's about, what, like 2 miles long, 3 miles long?
Maybe a little bit longer. It goes under the water twice. And it takes you to an island.
You think you could run the length of that?
Run it?
Mm-hmm.
No, probably not.
Let's just getting you closer to the mic.
Could you run it?
I fucking know. I would die. I might could have ran it, like, at least ran once through it back in the day, but running back would kill me. Literally, it would kill me. It's long. It was a lot of fun, though. We've got pictures. Maybe I'll post them on the website or something like that if you guys really want, but you probably don't care. That's fine. And so what was your favorite part about going to Virginia?
You know, I really enjoyed the bridge, but I think my favorite part was actually stepping foot for the very first time on a Navy ship.
I mean, that was a lot of fun. My little brother's on, he's in the Navy, if you didn't know that by now. That means you haven't been listening, and you should go back and listen to extra number 6. But he's on the USS Bay Bridge, and they're off on a deployment right now. Which, for those of you who don't know, if you've ever seen Captain Phillips, the Bay Bridge is actually the ship that rescued Captain Phillips from the pirates of over there in So now he's stationed on that, which is kind of cool in its own self. But anyway, we made some little notes here. Now the notes have a bunch of fucking hearts and tic-tac-toe and shit on it, so I'm trying to read what it says. But one of them, it looks like amusement porns.
Parks.
I was like, why are we talking about porn on this podcast? But it says parks. That's right. We wanted to go to. There's an amusement park here in South Carolina. Well, I think it's technically in South Carolina, but it's listed as being in Charlotte. It's very close to the border, at least. Called Carowinds, and Carowinds is owned by what's that company?
Cedar Falls.
Right, and they have. And you're from Ohio originally, so they have Family Kingdom in Ohio, right?
No, Family Kingdom's here in Myrtle Beach,
yes,
sweetheart.
I know that. I'm still trying to wake up. Would you just work with me?
No, they have Kings Island and Cedar Point.
That's what I was trying to say. But actually, we looked at the rides for both of them, and they're both kind of similar, right? Mm-hmm. And so you've always wanted to go there, and I do too. I like amusement parks too, so I decided we should go together one day. Hey, so if there's anybody out there listening who can get like free tickets to an amusement park within driving distance of South Carolina, then that would save me a lot of money. But no, that's what we're gonna do. Or if you've been there and you have like a recommendation for like, hey, this is the best ride in the park, let us know, because we're gonna go check it out over the summer sometime. Because your son, Connor, your mom and dad are gonna take him to visit family in Kentucky and to hang out there over the summer, right? Mm-hmm. So we'll get to spend a lot of extra time during the summer together, and that's one of the things we hope to be able to do. Also, let's see what else is on here. We were going to talk about Train. That's your favorite band.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully we get to see them in concert.
Definitely.
Well, wait a minute. What about... So, let's get back to amusement parks real quick. What's your favorite thing about amusement parks?
The roller coasters.
The roller coasters?
Mm-hmm.
Is that like, if you only could ride roller coasters, that would be enough for you?
Oh, yeah.
What if it only had like 2 roller coasters?
I'd ride those same 2 roller coasters over and over and over again.
What if you like vomited, like blue vomit?
Really?
Yeah.
You're gonna bring up the past?
Well, no, what if it made you sick? Would you still want to keep going? Well, if we were like 2 hours in, not even 2 hours in, and we were like 1 hour in, and we rode the first roller coaster, and then you got sick, and you're like, I don't want to do this anymore, and then I just spent like $100, and I'm like, you're gonna fucking do it.
Well, I'm gonna do it.
Are you sure?
Yeah. When I got sick before in that one, right after I got, after I threw up, I felt a little bit better and kept going. Rode the next ride.
Okay, is it okay if I laugh at you?
Yeah, after I'm done crying.
Okay. Are you gonna cry?
Well, it'd be embarrassing.
Well, you shouldn't be embarrassed. It's just me and everyone else you don't know.
Right?
So, hey, we were talking about... You watched me play Starcraft II the other day.
I did.
Now, Sarah here has never heard of Starcraft II, probably like a lot of you guys. And I don't know who you guys are, because I don't really know you guys yet. I really wish I knew my audience better, so, but honestly, I don't, because you don't talk to me very much, and that's unfortunate. But, anyway, Starcraft II, my favorite game of all time. Sierra here had no idea what it was. And now that you have an idea, and you listened to the podcast yesterday where I talked to Trumpet M. Cool, who, is a friend and moderator of Day 9, who's like a StarCraft II pro, at least used to be a pro. So from watching me play and hearing that, what do you think about the game now?
The game looks interesting. I just don't think I don't think I have the coordination on the keyboard to actually play it myself.
Well, let me tell you something. Neither do I.
Well, you were fast.
No, I was just spamming shit. Oops, my computer didn't like that. It looks faster. It looks faster than it actually. You could learn it. I just don't know if you want to have the patience to learn.
Well, would I have to go to the original StarCraft to catch up with StarCraft II?
No, in fact, that's the no, you would hate that. No, because then you'd have to basically be relearning a whole new game. In a way, you're relearning a new game. if you started out with the original StarCraft, you'd be able to pick up StarCraft II even easier, but no, there's absolutely no reason that you have to play the previous game.
So there's no storyline or anything like that
There is
following
a
it?
storyline, but fuck, who plays the storyline?
I do.
Yeah, but no one else. I mean, people do it just to say they've done it, and it is kind of cool, but the storyline's okay. I played the storyline, but again, just so I could say I played it and have the achievement. Okay, people are actually probably going to be hating on me. Like, the story's the best part.
It is.
Well, I mean, it kind of is, but for this kind of game, it's not about the story. They have a story set, they have a story, a single player campaign, and there is a story. But at least in my opinion, and probably a lot of other people's opinion, this kind of game is not really about the story. There is a story, but that's not where the game. That doesn't hold up the game. It's the competitive online multiplayer that holds up the game. So yeah, we talked about amusement porns.
Parks.
No, I was just kidding. We played Halo the other night, like right when we first started hanging out together and getting together and everything.
Yeah, and you totally mentioned on your last extra that you kicked my ass.
Well,
I remember it being the exact opposite.
Well, okay, I didn't necessarily kick your ass because you. The reason you cheat.
No, what? I do not cheat. You put up a good game, though. I will say that.
No, okay, if you you set like the shields to maximum, and like the damage I did to you. Like,
well, I thought I was doing the same thing on your shield.
Well, it wasn't.
Well, that was a complete accident on my part. Sorry.
The bottom line is you put up you're a better Halo player than I thought you would be, and I'm actually proud of you for that.
Yeah, a chick who plays Halo. And who's not, dorky looking.
Who said you weren't dorky looking?
Were or weren't?
I said weren't. No, were. Yes, that's what I said.
Well, because most of the girls who play video games like that, like Halo or Call of Duty or, something, and they're on the little chat, the chat mics.
First of all, she doesn't mean anything. She has no idea what she's saying, everyone. Please don't just... She's not trying to offend you. She does. She's just special. You were going to say they're all dorky looking.
Yeah, pretty much.
And don't say that. 'Cause we just lost, the 3 girls we have in our audience right now. I'm just kidding. They are a little dorky looking, some of them.
Tomb Raider.
What about it?
It's my favorite game.
Which one?
All of them. I played Tomb Raider when I was a kid, and the newest one that just came out last year, I do believe, for PS3 and Xbox 360. It kicks ass. Honestly, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, that totally makes me want to buy it. You got to tell me more.
Oh man, you have to play it. Honestly, I just can't sit here and describe
what kind
Tomb
of
Raider
game,
to you.
Well, I know what Tomb Raider is, but there might be people out there who are interested in the new Tomb Raider but haven't played it. So tell me about the new Tomb Raider.
Well, it's based on a girl named Lara Croft, and it's a storyline. Basically, she goes around. In the original games, she travels, she fights, she kills animals, I'm talking.
I'm listening. I was trying to get you closer to the mic.
No, you weren't.
Okay.
She fights, she's a warrior, she's tough, she's strong, and every time I play that game, I throw myself in her shoes and pretend I'm in the game too, but, when do I not do that with anything? I even do that when I'm reading
What's
books.
the story about?
They're all different stories.
Okay, well, we're talking about the newest one,
The newest one, the story is, she's on a plane. The plane crashes on this island, and she has to survive on this island to get off of it. And, she, makes, from scratch with, sticks and, things like that to make a bow and arrow. And, she's never had a bow and arrow in her previous games. And so that was new.
She never had a bow and arrow?
No, she always had a gun or a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher or, or a harpoon.
So they're trying to make her like Katniss Everdeen.
Probably, since Tomb Raider, that game did come out way after the first movie, but she also has guns. Like, when she kills a mercenary, she, steals one of their guns or takes their ammo or, if she already has the gun. Now in the second game that they're getting ready to release for the holidays, she actually has to, she has to look for, I read it in the Game Insider for the GameStop, and she has to search for different herbs to actually make like a health potion to heal herself.
It sounds like Resident Evil. Did you ever play Resident Evil?
I did. I played Resident Evil when I was a kid, but it scared me.
It did me too.
Yeah, Tomb Raider scared
me.
me.
The dogs. And you played Resident Evil 1?
I don't really remember. I was like 5 or 6 years old when this game came out.
Well, you're not that much young. You're only like
3 years younger than you.
Yeah, but I guess when you're a kid, that makes more of a difference.
Yeah, it does.
Shit, I was gonna say something. So you didn't really explain the story. You just talked about her weapons and her guns and shit.
Well, I started to. The plane crashes and she has to survive. I don't remember what the island itself is called. If I had the Game Insider in front of me or the game itself in front of me playing it, I'd be able to tell you. It's like Kamatu or something like that. There's history behind the island. There's pretty much crazies that live on the island that are trying to kill her. It's like the island is possessed or haunted or I mean, it's just weird. You'd have to play it to understand it. I mean, that's the best I can do. I didn't even know what the storyline was when I first bought it. I just have a history with Tomb Raider, and I wanted the game.
Well, in Tomb Raider, at least I've played like the first one or two back in the day. I'm still tired. Trying to wake up. I remember there being like a lot of puzzles and things to solve.
There's not in this new one.
And but that's what I like puzzle games.
Well, I do too. I like puzzle games.
You told me you did.
Things that bog your mind. But they can't be like over the top. First Tomb Raider puzzle, those types of puzzles, they were hard. They were complicated. You actually literally had to go online, get a walkthrough or some kind of cheat just to get yourself through the puzzles if you couldn't figure them out. They were complicated.
That is true.
Now, don't get me wrong, there are some puzzles in the new Tomb Raider, but they're nothing like the first game, or the second game, or even the third game.
Did you ever play a Portal? Or Portal 2?
No.
Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay. This is what we're dealing with, guys.
Gee, thanks.
No, it's a really fun game. It's a really fun multiplayer game. You should get it on your computer and we'll play it together.
And it's called Portal?
Portal 2.
Okay, any game that has to do with that's involved with a computer, I've really never heard of it. I'm like a platform Xbox PS kind of girl.
Okay, well, we can change that.
Now, I used to have a PC game called The Game of Life. It's also a board game.
Yeah, The Game of Life. Yeah, I've played that.
Yeah.
I played the PC version and the board game version.
Yeah, I bought the PC version. It was really fun playing it on the computer.
Were you asking me about Scrabble, or did I dream that?
You must have dreamed that, because I don't think I've ever talked about Scrabble with you. And even if I did, I would totally kick your ass.
And Scrabble?
At the kid version.
At the kid version. Because I was going to say, I have to, tell you how to spell whatever it is I was telling you how to spell.
Or Disney Scrabble. Connor wants Disney Scrabble.
We should get Scrabble one day. But actually, the Scrabble thing came from, I think some lady came into work the other day and asked if we sold Scrabble or some shit. And I said, no, we don't fucking sell board games. I didn't say fucking, but I said, we don't sell board games. And they said, well, where do you know around here? Because we look at a little shopping center, a little tourist area, where they have, the magic shop and different shops and shit like that. Candy shops, restaurants, sports shops. All kinds of cool shit.
They even have rides.
Yeah,
like a carousel, a little rock climbing wall, a train that goes around.
You made me lose my train of thought.
I was just helping you explain what the little shopping center was like.
Anyway, I told them to walk to Walmart, which was it's a 5-minute drive. I have no idea how long it would take you to walk, but they were like, we came on boat because there's a river that runs by the landing, and you can just drive up on your boat and park and walk out and do all that shit, but anyway, I don't remember. I told them to go to Walmart if they wanted Scrabble, because we didn't have it.
What's Scrabble have to do with this right now?
You talked about Scrabble.
Well, you mentioned it first.
That's true. You're talking about life. It was a board game.
About PC games.
Yeah, but it's also a board game.
Right.
And it made me think of Scrabble.
You know what my favorite board game is?
Don't tell me.
Don't tell you? Okay, guess.
Well, do I know it?
Probably. Everybody's played this game.
Monopoly?
Yes.
That was too easy.
I know. I should have made it more challenging.
So we can play Monopoly together too.
I have Monopoly.
You know what we should do? It would be fun. Speaking of which, me and you are planning on doing our own podcast, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
What are we just gonna sit down and talk and?
Well, the original thing that you texted me about was doing a podcast on the Big Bang Theory.
Mm-hmm.
Watch an episode and then talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, who in their right mind would want to listen to a podcast of just the Big Bang Theory?
Let me stop you right there. First of all, there's probably a lot.
Okay.
But secondly, who the fuck wants to listen to this podcast we're recording right now? Probably a lot less people, to be honest with you.
Okay, you have a point. Have a point.
Go ahead and say it. I'm...
Right.
Thank you. So yeah, I mean, originally that was kind of my idea, but it was just the first idea that popped in my head, and I just realized I just wanted to, be with you more, do podcasts with you more, and so I figured there'd be a lot of cool things we could talk about or do.
They're definitely, we can definitely talk about other things. We mentioned not just the Big Bang Theory, but Vampire Diaries.
Yeah, you watch the Vampire Diaries a lot.
Best show in the world, I'll tell you right now.
And you like it. And
I love it. There's a huge difference between like and love.
Yeah. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything else on that subject.
For those of you who don't know what Vampire Diaries is.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's about vampires, werewolves, and witches. You totally got to watch it to understand
and
it.
Diaries.
No, well, I mean, the first season, they write in their diaries, but second season, third season, and so on, it becomes more based on the love triangle between Elena, Damon, and Stefan than
and
it does anything else.
And who doesn't want to listen or watch about that?
It's got a lot of action and blood and gore. And it's not just romance. I mean, it's a really good show. And don't get me wrong. Actually, you can get me wrong, but you totally enjoyed that show. The first 4 episodes that you've watched.
I enjoyed that show because I was with you.
Well, whatever. You told me that you actually liked it. You went and told Betty that the show, that you're watching it now. Knowing that she's a big fan of it.
Okay, it's not the Big Bang Theory, but I can watch it. Maybe the first season's just, not where it's at.
It takes a little bit for it to take off, but I'm telling you, you keep watching it by the 5th season. And I haven't watched the 6th season yet, but it gets good. It gets really, really good. Like, on the edge of your seat. I can't wait till the next episode. Good.
We have a lot in common.
Besides that.
What else do we have in common?
Well, video games, which we've already talked about. Amusement parks. We love music. We play music.
Mm-hmm.
I was in marching band.
Mm-hmm.
You were a music major.
Mm-hmm.
And I play clarinet. You play trombone. Completely 2 different, different, like, opposite sides of the music.
Is that all we have in common? Because now I thought there was more. Now
there's a hell of a lot more. I just got on music for a second. You asked what else do we have in common, so I said music.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
You do love music, too.
Our type of music that we listen to, a lot of that's very similar. We can both listen to just about anything and everything, even though we have our preference. Our preferences are different, but we can listen to anything and everything.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. Movies.
Mm-hmm.
Our movies are very similar together. We're wanting to go see Pitch Perfect 2 this weekend when it opens up.
We're totally going to go see Pitch Perfect 2.
We just watched Furious 7 last weekend.
We did. What did you think about that?
It was...
sad.
Very sad.
Actually, I love taking you to see it, but I kind of regret it, in a way, because after I had to take you home and everything, and I could tell you were upset because you're a big fan of Paul Walker and everything, and I understand that. But me personally, I've really never been a fan of the Fast and the Furious movies. And so and that's really the only thing he's known for. I know he's done other things too, but mostly that's kind of what he's known for.
Yeah, when you hear the name Paul Walker, the first movie that pops into your head is The Fast and the Furious.
But it just made me sad because I knew you were hurting and you were sad, and I wanted to be able to experience that with you, and I didn't have the investment in it that you did, so that kind of, and it was hurtful and sad for me, but
it's understandable. I mean, at least you were still there for me, knowing that I've lost my favorite actor that I grew up on since I was a kid.
But we're gonna go see other movies like Batman vs Superman.
Yes, cannot wait. I'm rooting for Batman 100%.
I just want to see the story. I love Batman and Superman, both together and independently. If you ask me my favorite, it's a really tough choice. It really is. Usually I would say Superman hands down, but I really do like Batman a lot more now.
So if it was like Superman versus Spider-Man.
Oh, well,
Superman all the way?
Yeah, and see, I know a lot of people love Spider-Man, but I've always, always been a huge Superman fan. And,
but it's the fact that it's versus, it's Batman versus Superman.
I'm more interested in seeing the story that they tell rather than the battle. You know what I mean? Who wins the battle? I'm more interested in the story behind it and how that plays out.
It's going to be interesting. I can't wait.
So, we got that. Was there anything else we wanted to see that was around the corner?
We talked about the Avengers.
Avengers 2, yeah, we were going to see that, but we saw that car movie, that Fast and the Furious movie
instead. Just because it's getting ready to go out of theaters, and the Avengers will be there for a little bit, so we've got time.
There was another one coming out just like this weekend or something. Oh, we already just talked about that.
Perfect.
Pitch Perfect, yeah.
There's a cartoon movie coming out that I'd like to see, but I've never even seen the second one.
Which one?
Well, I'm sure you've heard of Despicable Me.
Yeah.
I've never seen Despicable Me 2, but they're coming out with one called Minions, which is the little yellow...
The yellow fellers?
Yeah, the little yellow fellows that are in there. So it's based off of them, and I
saw
I'm
the
excited.
first Despicable Me. I didn't see the second one.
Yeah. It was a cute movie. It was really adorable. And when you've got, a 6-year-old or, a 5-year-old or 4-year-old, those movies become like a top favorite of yours. Like Cars, Planes, Planet 51.
I like Cars and Planes.
Well, they're good
and
movies.
Planet 51s.
Toy Story.
Well, no.
Did you say Planet 51s? Like there's more than one.
Who doesn't like Toy Story?
Who hasn't seen Toy Story?
Well, there's probably some people who haven't, but it's a good movie.
And my favorite movie is The Lion King.
That's both of our favorite movies. You can... I'm not going to make you do it.
No, you could totally do it.
Excuse me.
I could totally do the part of, so where are we really going? An elephant graveyard.
Do you really...
Wow!
Do you really want to do the whole thing?
The whole movie?
Yeah.
Or just I could do that part. That's my favorite part.
Okay, do your favorite part. Okay, alright, Sierra can recite... I'm not even fucking kidding. She can recite, and this is one of the reasons I love her, she can recite the entire movie of The Lion King without watching it or anything. So do a little bit.
Okay, I'll do the part where...
No pressure. It's not like there's nobody listening right now.
Nala and Simba and Zazu are on their way to the elephant graveyard where Simba's wanting to go, and where they jump into the song I just can't wait to be king. And it starts off with Nala, so where are we really going? An elephant graveyard. Wow! Shh, Zazu. So how are we going to ditch the dodo? Oh, I know how. So you have to put the mic because I'm wanting to whisper. That's part of the movie.
Okay, I'm just saying.
You have to break your neck to hear it.
Well, I'm going to break my neck if you don't finish it.
Oh, just look at you two, little seeds of romance blossoming in the savannah. Your parents will be thrilled. When you're being betrothed, and I'll be what? Betrothed. Intended. Affianced. Meaning one day you two will get to be married. Ew, I can't marry her. She's my friend. Yeah, it'd just be too weird. Well, sorry to bust your bubble, but you two turtle doves have no choice. It's a tradition, going back for generations. Well, when I'm king, that'll be the first thing to go. Not so long as I'm around. Well, in that case, you're fired. Fair, but only the king can do that. Well, he's the future king. Yeah, so you have to do what I tell you. Not yet, I don't. And with attitude like that, you're turning into something, 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 something.
Well, you can't just I just talked you up about how good you were, and then
you're turning into a... Oh, God, I can't remember. A very bad king indeed. Not the way I see it. And then it jumps into the song. I'm gonna be a mighty king.
Yay! That was so good. I love the way you could do that.
I know more than Ixtay on the Oopastay. Who you calling Oopastay? My, look at the sun. It's time to go. Sorry, we'd love for you to stick around for dinner. Yeah, we could have whatever's lying around. Oh, wait. I got one. Make mine a Cub sandwich. What you think? What, Ed? Hey, did we order this dinner to go? No, why? 'Cause there it goes!
I love you.
I love that movie.
So that was a good job.
Thanks. Everybody clap.
I already did.
Well, I haven't. I'm clapping for myself. Pat me on the back. Thank you. Not that anybody would be impressed or anything.
So, this episode, once again, is just kind of a little introduction. I wanted to introduce you guys to Sierra. And she's pointing at stuff that I'm trying to realize what she's pointing to, which is why I sound distracted. So anyway, yeah, it was a little introduction episode. And again, I'm sorry if I sound like shit. I just woke up. She come and fucking woke me up and wanted the podcast, so that's what we're doing. And she's looking at me now like, you totally fucking wanted me to come. And it's true, I did. So I want to introduce you guys to her because I think she's a great person and you're going to hear a lot more of her. The radio drama that I'm going to be doing here, you've probably heard me talking off and on about it, but I'm going to be doing like a little, back in the days you'd sit around the radio and listen to like these little radio dramas with like voice acting and sound effects and music and all that shit. I'm going to start a series of podcasts doing those things, and I've already got a script written out for a pilot. I just got to get together with some voice actors, some friends of mine to start recording the voices, and Sierra here is going to play a part or two in that, and also, like I mentioned, we're going to be doing the the new podcast. We don't know what to call it yet, or we don't exactly know what we're going to focus on with it, but whatever we decide, it's going to be a lot of fun, and so hopefully you guys will tune into that and enjoy that as well. But it'll be our own little thing that we get to do together, and that'll be fun. I feel like there was something else we needed to talk about, but I think we pretty much covered all the bases except for your now I'm wearing these two little you can't see them, obviously it's a podcast, but these two awesome hemp bracelets that she made me. She makes hemp, like hemp jewelry, you know, and one of them's just like a little plain braided bracelet with regular hemp, and then one's like a darker hemp, but it's got these little wooden beads on it. But tell them the story, like, so, I mean, obviously you're really good at it. She's been doing it for like 14, 15 years, some shit like that. And,
you're right.
And she wants to kind of start into a business. So I've been, I do graphic design and things like that, and I can dabble in web design and stuff. So I'm going to help her build a website, and I've made her some business cards, and we're going to get her shit off and going, and we'll talk more about that in the future, but, just tell the basic idea about the Sierra's wishful creations and kind of what, you know, the whole, you know, make a wish thing.
Well, the meaning behind the name, Wishful Creations, I made that up a long time ago, but I heard a story back when I was little. Well, I didn't hear a story. I actually read it on some kind of card from a lady that was actually selling, you know, hemp jewelry at a flea market. And the little sign, it said, you know, when you wear a bracelet or whatever, and when the strings break, you make a wish, and your wish will come true. And I always liked that. I thought that was, you know, the coolest thing about just, you know, something different. And I kind of stuck with it. So now every time I make a design for somebody, or a little caption or, whatever, when it breaks, when the strings break, your wish will come true. But you have to wish as you're putting your bracelet on or your necklace or your ankle bracelet, whatever. And remember your wish, because this is fine quality and it'll take time for it to break. I've got people that are still wearing, a bracelet 6 months later and it's still in perfect mint condition. So remember your wish when you wish for it. And, once your design breaks, it'll come true.
I think one of my designs is accidentally going to have to break here soon.
You can't accidentally.
If it's an accident, then how am I supposed to prevent it? But anyway, that's really cool, and we'll talk
Words.
Yeah. We'll talk more about that here in the future. But yeah, I gotta get ready. We gotta go to work. It's early in the morning today. Like I said, she fucking woke me up and wanted to record this shit, which I'm not complaining. I enjoy doing it. I'm just giving her shit. So thank you for coming on and talking to me, sweetheart.
Well, thank you for having me.
And I can't wait to do it again in the future.
I can't either. It was a lot of fun.
Until next time, everyone, do the stuff that makes you happy, and I'll see you next time.
This concludes the Technobabble podcast. If you would like to leave feedback, please send us an email to thetechnobabblepodcast@gmail.com, or feel free to reach out to us via Twitter @thetechnobabble. Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Well, tell me, did you sail across the sun? Did you